Terrific. Uh, I've been just sitting back and enjoying the day. My heroes have been on Top Notch Trader, WB. Those were the two that brought me here. And when we lost WB, Tim picked up the steam, picked up the pace. Good news is you're not going to hear an excited Wyckoff. I won't be speaking at the New York minute pace. It's going to be laid back. I was blown away when Tim was more than happy to share us behind the scenes of his wizard curtain. WB did the same thing. I did the same thing. Those of you that attended the webinar earlier, I got 20 minutes. I guarantee you'll love it. I like to write, I like to type, and I like to sell ideas. Wyckoff talked about looking at the market. The best comments you guys gave me was Wyckoff can really tell a story. And when we look at the market, we want to look at it as if it is a story. And what is each bar telling us? What did the previous day tell us? It's all about price, volume, and time, guys. It's just those three things. When I talked about the time tested, proven market principles, I'll give you a Swiss clockwork timing. It really is that. You back up and you say, look, we got this behavior a day. WB. Usually when you hear the word alpha, you're talking about the moon. No one can candy coat that. And it really is the moon. I've tried to disprove it in my own mind. WB and I, we hit it off. We really did. He has a eidetic memory for numbers. I have a eidetic memory for the timeline. So it was like losing a brother when I lost WB. I would have gladly, and I would have flown to speak meet WB in a few months after we got through. But the bottom line is, you really have to have approach, a systematic approach. And when I decided to look at taking up WB, I really didn't intend to do it. It was more or less, I was trying to understand how Wyckoff would apply into the year 2017. I'm a Wyckoff guy. Guess what? That's my name, Wyckoff. And when I heard the previous presenter, I was actually just leaning back and enjoy it, mention the word Wyckoff. I'm like, whoa, that's Richard D. Wyckoff, the guy in the 1930s. The stuff hasn't changed. Those of you that heard my presentation earlier, we talked about the algos. I made a prediction. And I keep talking about, you got 2018, 2020, 2022. And I made it blows me away. I was just in a store last night, and a gentleman, we were talking about the tulip craze. And he was saying, man, if I say many words, people ask me like for trading advice. And he said, what do you think about this cryptocurrency? I said, well, I think it's the tulip craze 2018. I said, nothing changes in the market. Just a little more. He said the same thing. And I've been talking about it in the chat. I've been wearing you guys out. I've been talking about on the daily, the AM turn. And I made the statement the other day, soon drones will be flying in the air, high in the air. Cars will be driving without human control. I've been wearing that out, guys. Detroit, they first started the self-automated human driver car production line, started the first quarter of this year. 2020 could be common acceptance. So you look at the reality of the Internet of Things, and surely you know what I'm talking about. You have smartphones. Why do you think we have smartphones? For a dumb mind. The bottom line is the humans are going to be phased out. Cannabis will be paid with Bitcoin and dispensaries all across the states of the Union. It's odd how the humans get to smoke dope while the machines take over. And I say, and the folks in the good ship of Lollipop will be Colorado Mile High, casting their cares and woes. Yes, it'll be bye-bye Blackbird for most folks in the U.S. of A. What am I talking about? It's the algos, guys. It's a fight between us and the algos. So at this point, you need an edge. So when I brought up my presentation, we'll bring it up here. I'll try to share the screen. Let's see. I got to get in the right room. Give me one moment. We'll put in an open house. Share entire screen. Are you seeing me now? Should be. Oh, thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. Like I said, it's laid back, guys. I might look like a gym sales, high pressure salesperson. I'm really good at doing that if you give me a sales presentation, but you're not going to get that. We'll flash to the PowerPoint real quick and get to the good stuff. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Exactly. I'm trying to get you involved. That's true. That's true. We'll get right to that's me. It's exactly true. Uh, that's I have an eidetic memory. All I did was type what I saw at that moment in time, and that's exactly what was going on. Talk to Craig. Yeah, I'm just like that guy, only without the good looks and the muscles, I guess. And it was $875. Craig says, "Man, it's guaranteed for life." And me, I thought, "Man, how long are you going to live?" He died. So did WB. We're going to talk about WB. It's exactly what happened. Man, I wish that guy was still living. Imagine what I could have been the trader today. Once again, that's exactly what he did. That was his formula. They can grow rich. We're talking about this. Guys, I waited for a long time. 3 months I was going to send that letter to Bill, and he died the next day. I was devastated because I was felt his life essence missing, and just I could feel it that Friday. It disturbed me, and I had a terminal decision. Would I call him and let him know, or is that something that he already knew? Because he was mentoring me. He was telling me the last couple of weeks, it was like unbelievable. Something just flashed out. You still there? Good. It was unbelievable. And I could tell this is what he wanted. Bottom line. That's true. Yeah, that's me once again, only without the good looks. That's me, guys. That's it. I'll wait till the screen changes. Just a regular guy. That's it. That's all I want to do was trade like Wyckoff. I see the composite like composite man. We always talk the bulls and the bears. The only reason I say that it's a bull windle or bear windle, it's simple, man. It's an AM turn. It's the next turn. The bulls got the ball. The bears got the ball. But really, they made up the bulls and the bears for the bucket shops. That was really it. The bigger guys, they don't look at bulls and bears. Look at the composite man. I'm going to show you what the composite man did yesterday. Yep. I love that. It's amazing how that guy's face lines up on that. I didn't change any of that. It just happened that way. That's when it was magic. That's really what we're talking about. The interaction you can see up here. It's about an 8-second delay, so I won't move my mouse very much. But you can see right here, that's algos. They're just trying to get it up. If you heard my presentation, you know what I was talking about. Same thing, that's old school. I got an email today. Person couldn't attend the open house. He asked me a couple of questions. They're 10-minute bars. I'm really looking at the middle of those. Those are dots in the middle. That's high volume nodes. We talked about that. Here on the left, I'll wait till it flashes. Here on the left, it's like an old school market profile chart. It should be a no-brainer, man. You got all these whites, and you know that they're selling into all of this. All right, we'll come back. Same thing. That's old style point and figure charts. That's it. I love that kind of stuff. Up here, I keep forgetting. I got to move my mouse. Distribution range right here. Then you know good and well. Technically, you could draw your square from here to here. Bam, you know it's going to get support at this point. You also know from the opening print, it's going to be getting support. Moves it back up, and then what do? Well, they're going to sell some more. It should be a no-brainer. We talked about this one day, S3H day. That's what we had yesterday. But notice this was like last year in August. Never really had a chance to update it. Nothing ever changes in the market. That's what Livermore said. I'll just flash it through you real quick. Yeah, right here. This is where me and Dave, Trader Dave, we were talking. I said, hey guys, you know, they're taking another bite, another bite, another bite, another bite, 100,000 shares, million shares. This is really what's going on. They don't buy at the bottom. That's what really upsets me. They don't buy at the bottom. They buy when it's only good for them. They buy when it's guaranteed trade for them. They buy when fair value is in their favor. They buy when they have the ultimate opportunity to make a profit with zero risk at some time. It's amazing. I have seen $1 million made in exactly 59 minutes sharp. It's amazing what those algos can do. All right, anyway, we got the two guys on the right-hand side. It should be a no-brainer when you see this right here, what's going on. You say, well, how could they get it that high and then they're going to drop it? Well, that's what they do. It's called a game. It's what the market's all about. Obviously, they're going to push it back down. We'll let you go. And there it is. There you go again. But guess what? They're going to get supported on the bottom again. It's like a merry-go-round. Yeah, here we get all this. Let me try to get you into my system. At this point, let's look at the real reality. This is what it did yesterday. This is the program I wrote. Can you see it or not? I don't know. Let's see. There we go. This is live from yesterday. Now, when I do my AM turn, for some reason, when I wrote this about 10 years ago, it's in Java. And like I described yesterday, or the day before, it doesn't have any UI, doesn't use any swing. I wrote the whole interface myself, took 2 weeks. But the bottom line is, you can't see the stuff that I can see. This is the daily range. This happened. This is yesterday, so it should not be no surprise. Yesterday, we can't get out of the previous day's range. Unfortunately, you can't see that. These are pivots. You can't see my mouse either. Either way, that's fine. These are pivots. This is the ES. You can easily see the upward buying trend up here. But the bottom line, here's really what you want to look at. And here's why you want to draw a trend line. For some reason, you can't see my mouth, but that's okay. The green bottom line, you can see that's the upward slope. The up line, that would be the overbought line. Notice that where you see the dots coming in about 11 o'clock, it can't touch it. It can't touch it. It can't touch it. So at that point, we got supply coming in, and you can easily see coming in about 12:20, it's going to pull back down. Wyckoff is loose in that, and the chart on the top is actually the diamonds. But what I use is this. That's the Wyckoff wave, and it gives me more clarity, more detail, but you won't be able to see it because nobody draws this but me. Let's get back. There is the cash, same exact thing. Notice in these two right here, the pivot. If you don't think the pivot's important, 27.19, that's the blue line. Notice where I got the mid PM high. Oh, let me tell you, spill up. 10:40. It was the S3 day. Yeah, S3L day. So we had the AM low coming in low. That's still going to be the low. Mid AM high came in a little bit over high. And if you remember in chat, and I'll try to pull those up on the chat comments, but I said any further residual. I said the spill window was closing. Any further residual will be bull residual. And notice they push it up a little bit more, and then we push it off. But really, what you understand is what's going on in the background. And spiders, here we go. Here's Mr. Hathaway. I always talk about Mr. Hathaway. That's Berkshire Hathaway. And you usually see they're not going to take it up any higher at 12 o'clock. It should be a no-brainer. Our previous presenter, he talked about what happened at the 12:06. I talked about what happened in a couple of newsletters a couple of months back about why those 1155 is an important number. Well, bottom line, here's Exxon, XOM. You can at least see some volume coming up. You can't see my mouth. It's not showing. But just look up there at the 11 o'clock where all the high white dots are. What's this telling you is simply this. Supply is entering into the market. It's not a no-brainer, guys. Look on the left-hand side. You can see where it says something 44. That'd be the top of the previous day. Supply is coming in. Understand, they're not like dumping it. They're just checking the market. They're checking the markets. Okay, we got it up here. We know we can, so let's don't worry about it. No big deal. Let's go ahead and take a little profit on the way back down, sell it, go short, whatever you want to do. But the bottom line, they can get it that high, so you know there's a higher probability. A few days later, guess what? You can get up there again. Let's see what's really going on. Union Pacific. That's where you got the downward spout. Yeah, you think, well, those algos are doing. No. They're just chasing Union Pacific. See how we got the volume coming at the very bottom at 10 o'clock? That's really what's going on. But guess what? If you look about 10:20, 10:50, they're checking it again. It's not supply coming in. They're just checking it. They're saying, look, this is all we want to do for today. It's good. It's good. Let's don't worry about it. There's some more Walmart, a lot of volume coming into Walmart. Let's see. BMY. That's really where the big discourager was. See that opening print, the very top. See how it jumps up and then goes all the way down from that yellow line? That's the previous day's close. And I pretty much just sells all the way off until about 10:10. It should be a no-brainer. They're not really wanting to do anything with that. There's not a lot of supply entering into the market. They're just not willing to support it. It's just a no-brainer. If we draw, you still can't see the line. We'll see. If we'll draw this expansion line, you'll see, yeah, it is showing. Good. If I keep moving this over, notice right here at exactly, say, about 12:20, where you see that high volume print with that little dot. Imagine that. Guess what those algos are looking at? This is a no-brainer, guys. This is what you're up against. It's a no-brainer. Algos have their marching orders, and they're defined from that opening print. You can easily see there. That's, I guess, to tell you these relationships. It's no-brainer, guys. Fib numbers. Half would be your normal. It's Wyckoff. He didn't talk about it. He said if it's less than half, he was talking about fibs, guys, 0.38. Over half, 0.62. So bottom line is they're able to rattle that up, but notice they check it. The algos turn on exactly 12:20. They check that, and they move that exactly up to the tick. All right, anyway. GE, really, that's where you got a lot of volume coming in. You can see from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Surely you can see those volume spikes at the bottom. Let's with a pivot line. Floor trader pivots. Those 1480. Easily you can see where they're coming in 1480. That's what happened yesterday. So the bottom line is, yeah, Wyckoff wave 4291. I'm the only one that puts that up. I don't even talk about it in AM turn. But the bottom line is it still pivots. It's going to change back over on the second one. I don't have time to. I just designed all this to flip back over. But you'd be able to see that is the resistance one. And so it'll flip back over, and there's where we are at the mid AM high. So really when I said, now that you have an idea, I'll see if I can find it. Whoops. Let's get this one right here. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, there we go. There is the AM turn. Got 3 minutes. You'll be away. Bottom line is, I gave you pretty much yesterday. And the way I designed this to be would be you're using the PDF file, and I'm thinking that I keep doing the same thing. I'm thinking that you'll use these little buttons over here to enlarge it. And you can take your little mouse and move it around. But you should be able to see that chart from yesterday. That's how I design it in my mind. Hopefully you're doing that. That's why I say you want to zoom your chart. So if you want to look here, let's see here. We'll come down here to my comments that we had before. Pretty much it was a dead-on, spot-on S3L day. It was like shooting fish in a barrel. The only reason I haven't been so verbose in chat is I've been preparing for the webinar and talking to some other traders about some ideas they were looking at. But the bottom line is it was shooting fish in the barrel for a S3L day. Those are my comments there. You're seeing them right there. They're very verbose. Let's get down to here. There's the same thing I showed you before. Unfortunately, you can't see that on the left-hand side. Really, all I'm trying to say is that's that green line right there, mid AM high, spill low, same thing. So when you're using the AM turn, those of you that do subscribe, just use the zoom button. That's all I wanted you to do. That's why it's designed to do. The reason I keep putting this sales information down here is I'm giving 3-day trials to people that request for them. It's built into the system. So those of you that subscribe, when you get past the third page, keep reading if you want to, but you're just going to be given an opportunity to buy the AM turn. The thing you want to look at is I gave you the overnight geopolitical. A lot of folks in London that I got subscribers in London, subscribers in Germany, so we're not just living in America. They like to read this. I try to give you a slant. Pretty much, you want to look at that 11 AM trade, and even Top Notch talked about that. Pros and the numbers. I'm pretty much trying to break down what WB did more into the systematic system type approach. So the bottom line is I talked about yesterday, talked about today, just what the bulls want. Climb back up that wall. That's what we're trying to do. Bears want to keep going south. Gives you a visual. You can read. I don't need to tell you that. Honing, that's what we're looking at. The bottom line is, I'll leave you as one thought, and we'll go to the bottom. Yeah, I had a lot of stuff. That's what you're going to get, the previous turns, weekly pivots. Pretty much what Top Notch was doing. Pros and the numbers, that's really where the meat of it came from. What I tried to do is WB. And those of you that knew WB, we loved him to death, but I think he intentionally spelled words wrong just to keep us thinking. And WB said that's the way he had to do it because he used to be a guy that sports writer, a person that wrote about sports live, and that's why he did that. So basically, that's what you get, the tune of the billfish. Detailed description, we try to do that, levels, events, the whole thing. Clock for the turning day, description, the outline scenarios. You can read the words. And I give you a lot of scenarios. Like I said, I wrote this initially to be a sales direct letter and then a video sales letter, and I never really had a chance to really pull it back. Bottom line is, I'm not kidding you guys. People that subscribe to my newsletter, they're seasoned traders. They're the big guys. They're billfish, they're tunas. They're trading 6 years experience and more. If you're new, fine. I'd love to have you on, but really this is for the big guys. They really know what they're doing. And I think they're looking for confirmation, and they're trying to look at pieces of WB in me. And I can never be WB, but knowing WB made me a better me, and that's what I want everyone to understand. But a new trader, You're going to get the insider's look, the composite man, seasoned trader looking to make 2 to 4 points every day, and the expert, they're looking at the ideal trade location, the hidden use in Wyckoff. And I've just really beat you to death about why you want to do business with me. It's really true. I really love this stuff. I really live this stuff. I gave you guys a special opportunity to take advantage, and you can see at the bottom of the screen. I always love this little thing right here. Even when I first start, I think, can't you just move that out of the screen so I can take a look what's at the bottom of the volume? But bottom line is, yeah, you call, we'll give you a hand holding. It's really not going to happen today because I've already given you a whole week. So if you call, it's going to cost you $125 per hour. I've had like 3 traders ask me that so far this morning, just in emails. Let's see if I get back to turn this back. Good. And I say, hey, it's only this, that, and the other. And like I told another guy, I said, man, it's only 8 cents. It's like less than the cost out on the town. I'd love to have you over for dinner sometime. I love to sell, guys. I'm really good at it. I'm really good at writing. I love to sell. I'm really good at the market. But the bottom line is, it's like I say, what's going on? You can see the volume. It's all Wyckoff. And if you subscribe to me, you're going to learn more about Wyckoff than you ever wanted to be. And you're going to see glimpses of WB and me. And that's really it. And I keep telling you, say, hey, you want to do this now. I'm really trying to get to this one thing. Yeah, you can still do this, that, and the other. But here's the bottom line, and I'll try to get to it. That right there. That's the one thing. If you don't take anything away from me, take that away. Print it, copy it, write it down, whatever. I didn't write that. Wyckoff wrote that. Every day as a trader, I'm striving, I'm encouraging, I'm pushing myself to try to be that trader. That's the one that makes consistent profits. That's the trader that brings home the bacon every day. That's the trader that stands and says, buy them, give me 100 lot. It's that guy because he knows what he's doing. And Ben Lippenstein, he's no longer around. He would do Squawk Box, and you would listen to Squawk, and he would say, number one's here. I would challenge you. Number one did not get that name haphazardly. Charlie D. He did not get that name haphazardly. If you have a goal, that's the people you want to do. Research. Find out who your trading mentors are. I lost mine. It was WB. It was Bill. He's dead. He's gone. He left us. But he left his knowledge and wisdom with me to help carry on. And I thank you for your time.